Intelligence in psychology. Today we'll be exploring the diverse ways in which people learn and process information. Let's begin by defining what we mean by intelligence. Intelligence refers to the ability to learn, understand, and apply knowledge and skills. It is a complex construct that involves various cognitive abilities, such as reasoning, problem-solving, perception, memory, and creativity. However, there is no consensus on how to define and measure intelligence, and different perspectives have emerged throughout history. When it comes to intelligence, there are different ways of looking at it. The first perspective we'll explore is the psychometric approach, which views intelligence as a measurable trait that can be quantified using standardized tests. This approach tries to measure intelligence by looking at the performance of individuals on different tasks that require reasoning, problem-solving, and other cognitive abilities. One example of the psychometric approach is the intelligence quotient (IQ) test, which measures an individual's cognitive abilities and provides a score that is used to compare them to others in their age group. This approach has been widely used in educational and employment settings to make decisions about a person's abilities and potential. The second perspective is the cognitive approach, which focuses on the mental processes involved in intelligence, such as attention, perception, and memory. This perspective is interested in understanding how people think and process information, and how these cognitive abilities contribute to intelligence. An example of the cognitive approach is the theory of multiple intelligences proposed by Howard Gardner, which suggests that intelligence is not a single trait, but rather a set of abilities that include linguistic, logical, mathematical, spatial, bodily, kinesthetic, musical, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and naturalistic intelligence. The third perspective is the contextual approach, which considers intelligence as a socially constructed concept that varies across cultures and contexts. This approach recognizes that what is considered intelligent in one culture or context may not be considered so in another. It also acknowledges the role of social, cultural, and historical factors in shaping the way intelligence is defined and measured. An example of the contextual approach is the concept of street smarts, which refers to the ability to navigate social situations and make practical decisions based on experience and common sense. This type of intelligence may not be valued in academic or professional settings, but is highly valued in certain cultural and social contexts. As we explore these different perspectives and examples, keep in mind that they are not mutually exclusive, and that each provides a valuable contribution to our understanding of intelligence. There are different types of intelligence tests that psychologists use to measure intelligence. The first type is the individual intelligence test, which is administered to one person at a time by a trained examiner. This type of test is often used to diagnose learning disabilities or intellectual disabilities, and to identify strengths and weaknesses in cognitive abilities. The second type is the group test of intelligence, which is administered to a large group of people at the same time, usually in a classroom or other group setting. This type of test is often used in educational or employment settings to assess general intelligence or aptitude. The third type is the verbal test of intelligence, which measures verbal reasoning, comprehension, and fluency. An example of this type of test is the Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale, WAIS, which assesses a range of verbal abilities, including vocabulary, general knowledge, and comprehension. The fourth type is the nonverbal test of intelligence, which measures nonverbal reasoning and spatial abilities. An example of this type of test is the Raven's progressive matrices, which presents visual patterns and requires the test taker to identify the missing piece in the pattern. It's important to note that each type of intelligence test has its own strengths and limitations, and that no single test can fully capture the complexity and diversity of human intelligence. Intelligence testing has many practical applications in psychology, including effective schooling, mental health aiding, effective parenting, career counseling, and vocational counseling. It is important to remember that intelligence testing should always be used in conjunction with other forms of assessment and should never be the sole determinant of an individual's abilities or potential. Over the years, our understanding of intelligence has evolved, and we have come to recognize the importance of different types of intelligence beyond the traditional measures of IQ. Three new trends in intelligence that have gained attention in psychology are social intelligence, emotional intelligence, and artificial intelligence. Social intelligence refers to the ability to understand and navigate social situations, to interpret social cues, and to interact effectively with others. For example, a person with high social intelligence would be able to read the emotions of others accurately, communicate effectively, and build positive relationships with others. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to understand and regulate one's own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. A person with high emotional intelligence would be able to identify their own feelings, manage their emotions in healthy ways, and understand and empathize with the emotions of others. For example, a therapist who can empathize with their client's emotions and respond appropriately would be considered to have high emotional intelligence. Artificial intelligence, on the other hand, refers to the ability of machines to perform tasks that would typically require human intelligence, such as problem-solving, learning, and decision-making. One example of artificial intelligence in action is voice recognition technology, which is used in virtual assistants like Siri or Alexa to understand and respond to human speech. As you can see, intelligence is a complex and multifaceted concept that involves various perspectives, concepts, types, and trends. However, it is important to remember that intelligence is not fixed and can be developed and improved through learning and practice. By identifying and developing your unique strengths, you can enhance your intellectual abilities and achieve your full potential. Thanks for watching.